We have some very interesting news from the NHL. The Maple Leafs have signed Nylander. Yes, not William, but Alex Nylander is also in the Leafs organization as well. We'll discuss what this means and how it could work out coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some very interesting, somewhat, maybe you could call it breaking news, but it's really not a huge deal, but it's interesting nonetheless, I think anyways. The Toronto Maple Leafs have signed forward Alex Nylander, brother to William, to a one-year contract. Now, it is not an NHL two-way deal, though. It is an American Hockey League contract. I'm honestly quite surprised that Nylander was not able to get a solid NHL one-year deal. I mean, he performed well for Columbus down the stretch last year. After playing in Pittsburgh, he got traded to the Jackets and had a real solid finish, putting up 11 goals in 23 games. He has, I think, 120 games of NHL experience from 49 points. Like, it's not like this guy has not produced. He has not been exactly a model of consistency so far in his young career. He was a high pick in the 2016 draft. I believe he was 8th overall. Obviously, so a high pick like his brother William certainly has underachieved so far in his career. He's bounced around a lot. Originally drafted by the Buffalo Sabres. He's played with a few teams like Chicago, Pittsburgh, Columbus, a few other stops there along the way as well. But there's been some talk prior to this wondering, could he end up in Toronto with his brother William? And I think, to me, based on how he played, and I can't confirm that he had other options because I don't know what all was on the table for Alex Nylander. I don't know that he's going to have a ton of offers banging down the door or nothing, but based on how he played in Columbus, I thought he'd at least get a two-way deal, right? So that, because on an AHL-only contract, you can't be called up. So to me, the Maple Leafs, I think, are willing to take a chance here, bring him into the organization, but this kind of does something unique for them in a sense that he'll have to start in the American Hockey League, but they can sign him to an NHL contract anytime. So for right now, for cap purposes, they don't really have a lot of options that way, but we know that Nick Robertson, for example, wants to be traded. This could be a little bit of insurance so that if they do trade Nick Robertson, they are maybe hoping somebody like Alex Nylander can kind of step in and provide what Robertson was expected to. And at the same time, I don't know 100% that they're going to trade Robertson. I know that there was reports earlier in the offseason that he wanted to be traded. The Leafs didn't seem to be, I don't know, I guess based on the comments from the organization, it didn't sound like they felt too obligated to honor that. So I think with the changes to their roster, there should be more of an opportunity for Robertson this coming year, to be honest. But, if Nylander can play anywhere near the way he played with the Jackets to finish out the season, I can see him getting a chance in Toronto. And this might be like a make or break type of year for him. I mean, he's 26 now. Obviously, I think the Leafs are probably going out on a limb here because of his brother, giving him an opportunity, and we'll see. So he's not going to start in the NHL unless something changes with their roster and they decide to rip up that contract and give him an official NHL two-way deal. I just don't see that being likely to start the season. I think he's going to have to go down to the minor leagues, play well for at least a little bit, prove that he's worth taking a chance on, and then they can sign him probably to a one-year deal, two-way contract, probably league minimum at the NHL, and maybe give him a bump in pay at the AHL or something like that. But yeah, for right now, to me, he's probably give him a chance. He's an insurance piece. Hopefully, that he can make the most of it. It'd be kind of cool to see him play, at the NHL level with his brother. I'm sure they'd love to see that happen as well, and we'll see where it goes. So it's not huge news by any means, but there's been some speculation about Alex Nylander here in recent days. We've talked about before about the possibility of him landing in Toronto with his brother. There was some talk that Montreal might have been interested, and obviously, when you get a player that's, even though he hasn't been a big name, big star by any means, he was a high draft pick. And of course, he does carry a name that's, a lot more recognizable than most around the NHL. So given that, it'd be interesting to see if his time in Toronto might be hopefully what it finally takes for him to realize his potential. So we'll see where it goes. But for right now, both Nylanders will be in the Leafs organization. Alex will start in the minor leagues organization, and it could be an option for them, especially if they make roster moves and find a way to kind of fit him in here if he proves that he does definitely earn the opportunity. So let me know what you think of Alex Nylander joining the Leafs organization in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with the latest news, rumors, and analysis of all 32 NHL teams. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.